Good afternoon to one and all. Welcome to Startup Lanes. Hope you all are doing great. Can anyone is it audible to you all, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm Shishira, Community Manager at Startup Lanes. Startup Lanes is an ecosystem for startups and investors, a place where angel investors and venture capitalists find investing opportunities in potential startups. Shishir Gupta is the founder and CEO of Startup Lanes. He has more than 20 years of business experience in different domains. He is an international consultant for venture capital and startups, having global rank of 12 by Clarity.fm. He's a techie with an inventor mindset. He has been innovating and developing software applications since early 1997. He has been investing in startups as an angel investor since 2015. He is an MBA in finance, a lawyer, a Bachelor of Commerce. Okay, that's about it. And I'll be your host and the moderator for today's panel discussion event on effective and efficient LinkedIn marketing. Just give me a moment. Give a quick mention of the rules. I request you all to keep your cameras on, raise your hand before speaking, wait for your turn to speak. Keep your microphones off when another person is speaking. If anyone has any question, please mention it in the chat box simultaneously. And thank you all in advance for abiding by the rules. Let's get started. Okay. Our first panel speaker would be Rajan. Rajan sir.
Hello. Yeah, hi.
Hello sir. Very good afternoon. I'll be making you the co-host. You can share your screen as well.
Okay.
Just give me a minute. Yes, done. Please go ahead.
Sure, just a second.
Sure.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, perfect.
So very good afternoon to all of you all. I hope everyone is safe, happy and healthy. So I'll quickly run through a small presentation. I'm not an expert in LinkedIn marketing, but just because I'm a part of Startup Lanes, I thought I'll share a few things which probably have helped me to get some kind of followers, leads and presence on the LinkedIn. So if I just start with, frankly, this applies to not only LinkedIn but probably whatever we do in life. So if you are very clear in what is our objective, why do we want to be on LinkedIn, whether it is for jobs, whether it is for business, whether it is for some social purpose, or it could be something like a philanthropy or something. We should be very clear in that. Once we are clear in what our objective or goal is, then we have to see what is the content that we want to share. It's very important that because there is a limitation of words, so the content should be very catchy, very clear, very crisp. And why do you want to share? What is the purpose that you want to share this content for, and how do you want to share? So once you have the why, basically if I want to get a job, or if I want to network, or if I want to connect with HR people or something, then I have a clear purpose. And if I just want to kind of share for publicizing myself, getting a brand equity done for my company or whatever, then how do you want to share? Whether it is in words, pictures or videos. Generally, if you tend to see, if there are pictures, you get more hits or more viewers than the words. If there are videos, probability of you getting more viewers is high. So either you could be selling a service, you could be selling a product, or it could be just motivational speech, something of that sort. Or I said, there could be many other reasons. So the message should be clearly understood. It is just not for the sake of posting that we should post. There are a lot of people who keep posting day in and day out, but if the message is not very clear, after a certain time, there is a fatigue of people viewing their post or reading their post, and then they unfollow them or they don't read them. So the message should be clearly understood and it should be remembered upon, because it's not that just for the sake of it you are posting. You need something to be done, something to be acted upon. So once the message is understood, remembered, and then you should have something for them to act upon. So to do that, you should be very clear about who's your audience. So your audience, if you are kind of a company which is selling FMCG products, so your audience could be accordingly that. If I want a job, then I'm looking out for HR people, but that too also in which sector. Suppose I want to go into FMCG, I want to go in FMCD, IT or logistics or e-commerce. I should be very clear about that, And then what do you want to tell the audience? I want to tell the audience that I have done this, or I have been a part of this, or whatever, So you have to be clear in that. And what is mainly the audience interest also? Sometimes it is self-interest, and many a times it will be the audience's interest. So it cannot be that you should be posting only one way, that it is only for me and me. What is the audience that you want to share with? What are the things that nuggets of knowledge that you want to share with them? Okay, so why should I read what you have posted? That will be the question. What is in it for me? Generally, if you see, the personal success stories or general success stories are the most which are liked. My personal experience, I posted just Mr. Sridhar Vembu story for Zoho Corporation. I got 2 lakh views and 3,000 plus likes because the story resonated with people. It was very simple, it was very crisp, and it was a success story, how a person from a simple background did such wonderful job. So structuring the message hence is very important. What is the message that you give? The opening, the title is very important. How attractive is the title to pull the viewers? Because that's the one people will see and then kind of come and read your post. The mid section, it should be very crisp about the event, what you want to say or anything that you want to say. And finally, when you are closing it, appeal for an action, and then tag organizations or people who are relevant. So the people from, if you are posting it for e-commerce, then tag all the e-commerce companies or e-commerce organizations or industry organizations which are there. Or you can tag the people from the certain organizations or who are influencers. So it's very important that we focus on what we want. I'll not go into the details. I already said this, you want to target e-commerce, then what are the top 10 companies in e-commerce like Flipkart, Amazon, BigBasket, right persons, HR heads, recruitment heads, and then the connect, direct message. You could send them a direct message, your CV, product or service info. So it's important that you keep posting regularly to be seen on this particular media. So either it could be posting daily, or it could be 2 days, weekly, twice, thrice, or whatever. So it could be related to self, or it could be related to others. So self-related, it could be achievements. If you don't have any achievements, not regularly we will have achievements. So share information or stories, whatever it is there about your sector. Start writing something, which is very good, about your own sector, about what's happening there. And then people will start identifying you with that particular sector or, particular kind of a company or whatever you want to kind of highlight yourself for. And start liking, See, as I told you, you have to be very focused. Don't start liking anything and everything, because then people will create a perception or an image about you that you are from an X sector. Okay, so there is one lady, I think Madhumita or somebody, who keeps posting about only about skill development. Okay, so now people have started identifying her only regarding skill development as such. So please ensure that you like, comment about others. If some people have done something good, comment about them. And every day there are people who have birthdays, who are related to you. You can actually start posting your birthday wishes for to those people, so that you actually create goodwill for yourself on the LinkedIn platform as such. So liking others, commenting on their posts and other things helps you to create a kind of I would say goodwill for yourself. So I think that's it from my side. I just thought I'll keep it crisp.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Next panel speaker would be Sudhin, sir.
Yeah, hi. Can you all hear me?
Yes, perfect. Please go ahead.
Fantastic. So in terms of the visibility and marketing, especially for startups and entrepreneurs, is extremely important. So I don't have any slides. I'll just talk it through and then happy to take up any questions. I think the most important part is the visibility. And when it comes to LinkedIn, I think it's very important to choose a platform like LinkedIn, which is a more business kind of a focused, a transaction based platform, right? So that's one of the, so if you want to really pick up a social media platform for your branding, for your visibility, then it's very important to really choose a platform which is serious enough, focused enough, and has the entire world's experts knowledge base. Also, trainings are also available. Networking is the best out there. So that is a good way to start with. The second part is the piece in terms of marketing, where tools like LinkedIn Sales Navigator can be very effectively used, especially for searching products and services. So at times you may have to, take a premium account just to get all the features of a social media platform. So in terms of really targeting and messaging, I would suggest that features and tools like a LinkedIn Sales Navigator is something that can be used extremely effectively. The third piece is about choosing the depth of your message or the depth of your product or services versus just a generic message that you want to send across. So for example, if I'm in a B2B space or a B2C space, then I must talk about that product or service which is purely differentiated, different than the others, and the value it creates to get that message through. Now, one of the things that is happening in today's world, and which is what entrepreneurs and startups have to adopt to, is that the entire domain knowledge and expertise in the processes is all getting converted into tech and deep tech. So just as cars are going to drive by themselves, and some of them already are, entire industries will start driving by themselves. Everything will become autonomic. Right? Coming from the State Bank of India, I was also head of State Bank of India, also head of their innovation and startup programs. We converted all our banking domain processes into applications to adopt to a digital, seamless, and contactless world. For example, we put our entire banking as a service into an app called YONO. You only need one. And during these days during the last 1 year of lockdown, and even today there are certain restrictions that are put up, we can see that all the transactions are working perfectly. You don't have to go to a branch. Everything is virtual. So the fact is that the usage of tech and the adoption to the world that we are living in is going to further accelerate the movement from just process or domain knowledge, wherein everything will be covered across automated, autonomic, audited systems, whether it is B2B or B2C. Lastly, I would also like to talk about the role that an entrepreneur and a startup must play early on. It is very important early on to start generating even a minimal revenue, either from a product or a service, but to keep that cash flow in the company. It's very, very important. A lot of entrepreneurs and startups are typically more focused on getting a valuation for the company, chasing funding, without even getting a MVP done, or even getting a product or service, or even getting a revenue generator. The point is that funding will come, but funding will only chase entrepreneurs and startups if they are able to show revenue, if they are able to self-sustain themselves, and if they are able to really differentiate and innovate around whatever they can create and develop. So these are my 2 cents. Happy to take up any questions.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. Is anyone having any questions? Please raise them. Okay, we'll take the questions later. The next panel speaker, please. Can anyone raise their hands for the speaking? The next panel speaker would be Rinku Bharadwaj. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Hi everyone, thank you so much, Mr. Rajan and Sudhin. I think you raised very valuable points. So I don't have a very big presentation here, but I come from a consulting firm by the name of Pink Guava, and we are into customer experience management space. So we help people understand their customers and then define their strategies around that. Now, since we're talking about LinkedIn, I think any social media, what we are not supposed to do, I think that will help also. So I think what happens over any social media is that we go very crazy about the content, and hence we hear a lot about the content strategy, and we start posting our videos and content left, right and center on the any media that we choose. So like Rajan stated that you have to have a purpose. I think when you want to sell and want to use social media for selling something, you have to have, besides the content, you have to have that specific sales agenda in place, wherein you identify your target customer. LinkedIn has a very good, like Sudhin pointed out, there is the sales navigation tool which can be used, and you can identify your target audience. You need to know what you will find there. So it's very, very, I think it's a fairly successful tool and successful space for B2B. But if it's B2C, you have to be cautious of what you are using LinkedIn for. I'm not saying you will not find B2C customers there, but I mean B2C clients there. You will, you may, because every person there is an individual, and who knows who becomes your consumer. They might be corporate heads. But what you need to keep in mind is that even if you're a B2C, you can use it as a brand presence. So you can be there presenting your brand. And when I think of brand, it's not just about, I don't think people are buying products and services. Coming from the customer experience space, I can surely tell you that people are not buying your products and services. They're buying the experience. They're buying the purpose that they fulfill, the purpose of their own that they're trying to fulfill through your products and services. So it's very important for you to align that and then start your messaging around that. One way that I use LinkedIn is essentially for networking. I think networking is a big part of it, and that's one way of marketing, whether it's marketing yourself or marketing your products or services. I think I do think Rajan had pointed out a couple of points. They're very basic, but they have to be understood really well. You use any social media, especially LinkedIn marketing, for making your content or your network, the communication that you're making with the people, which is relevant and which is referential. So you have to have a reference. Don't start spamming your contacts, because I think that goes reported, and then you might just lose the contact there. They are very basic things. People think that they are not important, but they're very important. One strategy that I always use is cleaning up my connections. So I go every 6 months and I kind of clean up my connections, because sometimes we just go mindlessly making the contents, and we don't even connect with people for years, and they're still sitting there. And that may distract you from the focus, that may take away your feeds that you're trying to make to people. So these are a couple of tips that I had. One important thing is that if you want to be on LinkedIn and you want to use marketing, use they have this solution of LinkedIn marketing blogs, and there you can find a lot of training materials, supporting material to help you understand how you can use LinkedIn for marketing, and it keeps you up to date. So what are the latest changes in their tools and what specific tools you can use? I think that's very important. If you're using sales navigation, the important thing is that you have to be understanding your audience and select your audience very carefully, because that selection is very important. So I think that's all I had today to share. I didn't come with a great presentation, I'm sorry, but a couple of things that I felt I should share.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone next to the presentation? Can please raise your hand. Okay. Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Mahesh.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I have also been not exposed to any other major tool as such except for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I've been using it for many years by now, and it's been very useful for me in getting customers. So that is what I have to say. The only two hindrances I thought with this tool as such is One is after searching, once we get the contact list, we have to contact one by one instead of doing some sort of a mass contact. So if that can be enabled, maybe it will be better. That is what I felt. And secondly, the pricing is a little bit expensive. That's what I thought with respect to Navigator. So these are the two things I wanted to say about Navigator. And now recently I was updating my LinkedIn profile and I came across another section wherein it asked me to list my services. So it looks like it's something new actually that's come up in LinkedIn. So it asks for my services to be listed, and it says anybody in LinkedIn who is coming across those services requirement would be linked up to me. So I'm not sure how it exactly works, but this is something I came across. Okay. So this is all from my end. Any questions?
Yes, sir. Rajkiran, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. See, everybody is informed about what is the purpose and what is the target audience and how you have to market yourself and present your brand and how to focus on. All these things, yeah, very much key important. But other than that, I would like to add here is you have to understand the data statistics. That is very important. How much you are going to make the impact by placing your postings or market or your target audience, and what is the content, all these things. See, first of all, we have to understand the demographic. So how many users in LinkedIn? So in 2021, it is about 756 million users, and top is US, about 128 million users, and second is India, about 76 million users. And what is the age or category of the LinkedIn users which has been taken? So these are the data statistics is very important, because it could be a startup. So wherein I just wanted to present my product, so which may not be, what is the impact I'm going to get, whether what is the purpose out of it. So all this data statistics is very, very close enough to understand. So then only you can place your product or services. Otherwise, after 5 months or 6 months, you keep posting, so you're not getting the leads, or you're not, what is the purpose which you're monitoring. So that is very much important. So data management is very much important at every point in time. Stat and what is the aggregator which you are taking, what is the CAGR growth on month, how it is impacting, and how you are connecting to various people. So this is something, one important thing I would like to add.
That's really great. Thank you so much, sir. Next we have Karthik Venkatraman. Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karthik Venkatraman. I run a startup called Sublimis Technologies. We are a B2B SaaS enterprise-driven technology company and provide 2 platforms, Emporium and Brahmand. So I've also recently started using LinkedIn as an effective marketing tool in my business also. And my basic goal is to drive leads, So LinkedIn, while people have already covered what are the various things, I think, and I'm in sync with most of the inputs which has come, like defining your goals. Like for example, my goal is is a B2B lead. So I'm just taking a case study of myself with all the points which were discussed, and I want to highlight 2-3 important points which possibly people don't pay attention to, and which we realize as we go on using the tool. So once you define your goal, say for example, for me it is lead generation, you have to understand your audience. For example, I'm in the SME, MSME space. So that is the audience. Then we have to create a very good company page. What is important is your personal profile and the company profile has to be optimized. And when I say optimized, you have to use the right search keywords. Because when people come and look for your service or your products, people are actually connecting. LinkedIn is a professional network. So it is basically a networking tool, which has got over the period of time has become a very good marketing tool for B2B guys. So it's important that the company pages and your personal profile is optimized. Now LinkedIn has come up with a lot of features. You can put your you can actually showcase your testimonials, you can showcase videos, you can showcase everything in your profile itself of the company, which can be linked to the company page also. You can have a product specific page in company. So how best you use and analyze. And even while creating your own page and optimizing your page, also have a look at the competition company pages. It will give you a fair idea of what to do and what things to add. Use images and videos very, very effectively. It is important to keep that engagement on, as people correctly said. So what you need to also do is create a content calendar. So you make a calendar, you say that these are the days where I need to post. You have to post as individual also, you have to post on behalf of the company also. And most importantly, use your employees to actively also use and promote your company pages. And in the end, link your website and have analytics. So you know that how many people are actually coming on your website, even it is B2B, how many leads are coming through this channel. Sales Navigator is an excellent tool if used effectively. And also, too much of content and overloading, as people said, will defeat the purpose of LinkedIn marketing. So the two key things is optimization is very important, because you can do a lot of stuff if you optimize it correctly. Like, for example, using the right keywords, updating your profile, highlighting the right hashtags, what your company should be associated with, all very important, so that the interlinkages are there. And even when people want to find your product or service, when they search, it's important that your company or your profile shows up. Thank you.
That's really great, sir. Thank you so much. We have Nilesh Jadhav next. So you can please unmute yourself. Yes.
Hi, my name is, am I audible?
Yes, good.
My name is Nilesh Jadhav. I'm actually marketing head at Innovator Web Solutions. We help B2B companies to generate the leads and do the proper LinkedIn profile, keep the proper LinkedIn profile to get sales. Okay, so various times we get the complaint from the customers that we are not able to generate the leads from the LinkedIn. So when we audit their LinkedIn profile and what exactly they are doing, so we found the common mistakes. So I would like to highlight those. Number one, about their connections. So I think Rinku has already very clearly mentioned that she is keep doing the connection. She keeps cleaning the connections. So what happens generally when we create the profile, we enter our company, our college and everything. So LinkedIn start giving us the suggestions that do you want to connect to this person, do you want to connect to this person, and we end up connecting with our college friends, we end up connecting with our family on the LinkedIn. Unfortunately, that's a big mistake, because family and friends, they are good on the Facebook, not on the LinkedIn. So we have to connect to only and only those people whom we want to deal with. Let's say we want the leads from, let's say we are selling, let's say CRM, and I want the lead from SMEs, okay, or maybe e-commerce companies. So I have to only connect to those decision makers who are actually running such kind of companies. That's it. We have to clean up everyone from the LinkedIn. That is number one. Because of that, the leads are not getting generated. Number two is what they're communicating to these particular connections. So their communication has to be in the interest of them. For example, let's say I'm selling CRM, then I have to, my content on the LinkedIn has to be what is the best, what are the 10 important points to have a CRM, best CRM for your e-commerce company. So, and we have to build the content around it which interests to them. Okay, that is number two, the content. And number three is right now Karthik ji has already mentioned that about optimizing the profile. The profiles are not at all optimized. Okay, so you will find very, very funny, these companies are 100, 150 CR plus. If you go on their LinkedIn profile, their banner image is not present. Okay, so we have to consider each and everything, whether what is the banner, how the profile image is there, what is the summary, whether the right keywords are used in that summary or not, then entire description, what exactly. So basically LinkedIn is inbound and outbound. So inbound is something somebody search, that search box is a golden window. Okay, so from where you will get the lead. So in that search box, somebody search that keyword, our profile has to be top, come on the top of that particular search. And just to see, let's say my profile is not coming on the top, and just see which are the profile coming on the top, and they are your competitors. So we have to beat them and make sure that LinkedIn shows our profile on the top. That is inbound. And outbound is something when we reach out to, let's say I want to do a business with Rajanji. I will reach out to Rajanji on connection request. I'll send him personalized request. Rajanji, before accepting my request, he will go and see my profile. and if my profile is not properly optimized, my headline, that is the most important thing, where he will take decision whether to accept my profile or not, and that has to be optimized. So this is how, like, these 4 things are very, very important. Then only you will be able to generate the lead. So LinkedIn works very magical, but unless and until you have these 4 things on point, and then you understand the LinkedIn game, and you can keep generating a number of leads. Unfortunately, LinkedIn has become right now they have tightened their screws of sending connection requests. Earlier we used to send daily 100 connection requests. Now there is a limitation. In a week's time we can send only 100 connection requests. That means LinkedIn has already squeezed their connection channel. So now imagine, if you want to reach out to many people and generate those more connection, content will place a very important parameter where they will send us the connection request, so that this is what the LinkedIn game is. We have to optimize our profile with the right keywords. We have to make right connections, and we have to talk right, so that inbound and outbound will be fixed, and you will be able to generate the leads. So that's it from my side. This is how we'll be able to generate the leads on the LinkedIn. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really updated and insightful information. Well, we have a few questions here. Are LinkedIn articles visible on Google search? From Dheeraj. Can anyone answer that? Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So when we say on Google search, we have to understand how Google works. Okay. Google wants to show that which are for whatever the keyword somebody has searched on the Google. Okay. For this particular keyword, what are the topmost content which are already present in the Google database? Okay. Now there is a concept called search engine optimization, where on page and off page there are 2 things. On page is something I say that I'm expert, okay, and off page is something somebody else is saying I'm expert. Okay, Google gives both of them a preference. If my article is there on the LinkedIn, that means in the Google's database, LinkedIn has a very, very high domain authority, which is called DA, domain authority, because LinkedIn is a very renowned platform. It's well established. So on the LinkedIn, if there is that article which has those keywords, that means Google will pull up that article and show it on the Google. So yes, definitely, putting that particular keyword into the blog and putting that blog down the LinkedIn will pull up your article, okay, on the top of the Google search. But we have to understand why we have done this, why we have created our own content and put it on the LinkedIn, because we want something out of it. Maybe email subscription, maybe you want somebody to contact you, okay, maybe you want somebody to call you. Then in that particular blog, you need a proper call to action, what that reader needs to do. Then and only you will get that result. So yes, the question is valid, whether if we put that particular thing into the LinkedIn article or LinkedIn blog, Google will pull out that particular blog if that keyword matches. That is number 1. And number 2, if there is a proper call to action at the bottom, then you will get result out of it. People may call you, people may subscribe your email subscription list and all. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, perfect. We have an opinion raised here by Kaushal. Nowadays, I'm seeing a lot of posts on LinkedIn that are stories in personal life which could be posted on Facebook. I feel LinkedIn is or will lose its B2B promotion platform.
So he's saying that there are a lot of people posting individual success stories, right?
Yes.
Yeah, actually speaking, LinkedIn is a B2B platform mainly, as said by others. But what has happened is, people, the response that you get is based on the emotions of the people. So you will find that if there is an emotional connect in that story, a lot of people respond to you. You may not get business, but you will get a lot of views and you will get a lot of likes. So if you are a new person, new to LinkedIn, you want to create your followers base, you want to create a lot of database or something, then you can use such stories just to get connected with a lot of people. But the flip side of it is randomly a lot of people will connect you with you which are actually not from the sphere or the business or the segment you are in. But yes, what happens is in the initial phase, till the time you reach maybe a follower base of 5 to 10,000, it is okay whomsoever you connect with, because the person who's going to connect with you in future, whom you are going to send a request, if he sees that you have a follower base of 5,000, 10,000, then he's willing to connect with you. But if he sees that he is a new guy with only hardly 500,000 followers or something, he may not accept your invite. So yes, what he says is very right. Actually sharing personal success stories or personal stories is not the right thing, but that is what is currently, if you see, that is what is getting the maximum hits on LinkedIn.
Okay, great. I hope that has answered the opinion. Well, we have another take here. Haven't really used Sales Navigator, but we have a company page where we regularly post. We need leads, and I understand Sales Navigator is crucial. Is there any recommendation for marketing for products that are premier and that needs a niche to be identified? This is by Sarabji. Does anyone have a take on this?
Yeah, can I take this?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, Sarabji, when you want to generate a lead, as Karthik has very well mentioned, that you need two things, combined on the LinkedIn. One is your company profile, and one is the one who is reaching out to the prospects. We have to understand that your prospects never wants to do the business with the company. Okay, people want to do business with the people. Okay, so company page will work on the top of the funnel where it establishes the brand. So let's say I'm Nilesh Jadhav, I'm from Innovator Web Solution. I reach out to, let's say, Karthik ji, and I send him a request, and I ask him that, okay, these are the things I'm helping these companies. I'm helping e-commerce companies to grow their sales. Then Karthik ji first see my profile, then he will see my company profile, how credible both of them are. First, I have to be credible on the LinkedIn. Second, then my company also needs to be credible on the LinkedIn. So combination of these two will boost the lead generation game. So yes, you're absolutely right. Company profile needs to be there along with your own profile or whoever is doing the demand generation. These two profile needs to be completely optimized. We have to do content creation on both the side. Okay, and then only we can generate the lead, and definitely using the Sales Navigator tool will help us to narrow down. We LinkedIn expose lots of parameters in the Sales Navigator, so we can narrow down our exact niche customer, and then we can reach out to them. So yes, with this combination you will be able to generate the lead. Thank you. Yeah.
That must have answered this question.
Can I just add something here?
Sure, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I think, Sarvjit, one other thing that you can do is definitely try and use the ads, the sponsored ads that you can use on LinkedIn. Be very careful again, because these are also a wider space where you have to again identify your target market, what are you selling, with a very clear defined purpose. I think that will help, and your content will always definitely may help you increase your engagement, may not necessarily give you sales. So, but that is also an important part. So I would suggest that have these sponsored ads in there. And second is you can also use testimonials. If you've already sold products, you can use LinkedIn with some very relevant and referential proofs of or testimonials on your products. I think that can be done. But content, again, from content strategy perspective, maybe you want to go back and check if that's more engaging and how the engagement is going. I think Karthik pointed out that you can, or someone else before him pointed out that you have to understand the statistics. So whatever ads or whatever content you're posting, go back to your statistics, analytics, and see what your data is throwing back at you. But one, I've always believed that while you're doing a content posting, make sure you're doing active sales and marketing. Use your mail campaigns, use Sales Navigator, use your one-on-one direct connect, your network. I think network comes into play, and LinkedIn I've always found use it as a networking tool and then as a marketing tool. I personally believe in that. I think that will be helpful, Sarabjit. Sarabjit pointed out another question is about the niche. I think if you have identified niche, then you're good to go. But if you're stuck at identifying the niche itself, that's a separate thing that is not connected with any social media. That's a separate process, and that you have to do obviously in a significant way, separately out of social media. That is not limited to social media. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
We have another question from Dheeraj. If I have an article on LinkedIn and the same write-up on a blog page, does it come out as spam? Can you answer that? Yes.
I don't think it comes out as a spam as such, and LinkedIn allows external links also. So I feel that it doesn't come out as a spam.
Yeah, sure, absolutely right. I mean, it will not come as a spam for sure. There is a concept called plagiarism, okay, especially for the Google. I'm sure that all the social media platforms, the big giants, will be also having this algorithm in their, at the back end. They will not promote that particular post unless and until it start giving the signal that people are liking it or not. But let's say I have the same content on my company blog and on the LinkedIn. Then it hampers my company blog article, because what Google's algorithm will do, they will find whether this particular content is unique or not. And if they find that this content is there on the LinkedIn also, then Google will suppress my SEO game for sure. As such, social media, like let's say LinkedIn, they have all the signals, and it's very straight: like, share, and comment. If there are like, share, comment to your particular post, they will start giving the more and more reach to that particular social media platform. So plagiarism works in these two ways on the social media, on the Google. Social media needs like, share, comment. If it is there, it doesn't matter. On Google, definitely it will suppress. Google needs very original content.
Sir, please, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Sudhan Baraukar here. So typically when you want to, there are a lot of tools that you can use from a marketing perspective. One is digital marketing, definitely. And there is also marketing automation, or MarTech as we call it. And thirdly is the fact that you have to have a broad-based kind of a marketing strategy. So it doesn't mean that you do everything on LinkedIn. You may also have to do the SEO as well as the tagging on Google. And specifically, if it's a specialized product, if there's a specific market, so for let's say, for example, if you're in the banking space and you want to make a payment application, then there are specific blogs and expert networks only for that particular niche product or service, right? So we have to also understand that tagging, SEO will help, but we have to also understand that LinkedIn and Google both carry the entire fabric, right? It's not that they would focus on a specific topic or a specific sector. So, for example, in the technology, there are a lot of very other good blogs like medium.com. There are even other blogs, expert network blogs. So those are the kind of blogs you will have to, so it will have to be a multiple parallel kind of strategy. You cannot just depend on one network or one social media platform. And as you go deep into that particular topic, suppose you are, having just specialized customers or you're having specialized markets, then those specific blogs, which is what you will have to really search and get into those blogs, because those blogs will then really carry the correct message about your product value, your product differentiation. So you have to keep a broad-based strategy, and you have to also make sure that whether you do it on Google or LinkedIn or any specialized blog, you must make sure that your tagging is done correctly. If you don't do the tagging correctly, then the chances of you to, connect and, broadcast that message to the right set of people will always remain a problem.
Okay, that's really great. So Lokesh, please, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so everyone was basically briefing about the so LinkedIn and Google Ads. So I just want to add a few points. Okay, so the important point is that when we are doing any digital marketing, okay, so the important point is that we have to understand the platform also. Okay, let's say we are talking about Google. So I'm just writing up a blog. Okay, and I'm writing a blog. So what is the purpose of writing that particular content? That is the most important part. Okay, if let's say I'm writing up a blog for promote my business and doing the doing search engine optimization things, okay, then my motto is to promote that particular blog for SEO purpose only. Okay, then in that case LinkedIn will come as a part to distribute that particular content. So whenever we do any digital marketing part, the most important part nowadays for any platform is the content. Okay, so you have to basically first develop up a good content. Okay, then you have to choose up the platform, which platform basically you use to distribute that particular content, either it's Google, either it's Facebook, either it's LinkedIn. Okay, when for that basically you have to choose up your target audience. Once you choose up that target audience, then you basically find out the platform. So that is basically the process every brand and the things has to follow. Okay, that how the things should move. It should not be like that I have prepared up the content and then I start distributing on the LinkedIn. It should not be like that. First you have to find out what business you are doing, what is your target audience, and which is the platform that will be good to reach to that particular target audience. Then basically the things will work out. So that basically for each and everything there is a process, there is a channel, and there is the things that has to be followed. So just talking about LinkedIn part, yes, LinkedIn is always a really a good platform for distributing the things and the content. But again, so we are a digital marketing agency. We are using LinkedIn so last 5 to 6 years. We have used so every platform itself changes. Like Nilesh has said, every time they change as per the users come, as per the things come. Okay. And there were times when we used LinkedIn only to acquire the connections. They used to provide us the extract of the data of email ID and mobile number of the CEOs. We use them for the SMS and the email marketing. But now basically LinkedIn has stopped all these things. Now they are not allowing the connection. Now they are not now and basically the thing that when we talk about LinkedIn only. Okay, so that everyone has really put it up their points correctly that the target audience is very important in the thing. But what we want to add up the part is that in last 3 to 4 years, LinkedIn itself has changed its platform and algorithm in a lot way. Okay, so it's not like that earlier when we used to put up a message to anyone. Okay, 3 years, 4 years back. Okay, so the response rate was very high. Now if you go to that, there are a lot of people who are coming, then a lot of spam messages are coming. Okay, every company that, let's say, put it up their business development executive over there and they start sending up the message. So basically the thing is that Nilesh and the other person has really corrected the thing. So that profile creation of your business and yours is very important part. The person will come to your connection only if there is a credibility. You go to LinkedIn, okay, and you check up the connections and the things or requests. You'll find 50% of the people are just the intern who are just sending up your message. The company has hired up and they are sending up. And if you think that you can generate up a lead and business from those particular messages and the profile, then I think you are at a wrong place. Okay. The important thing is that first you have to understand what exactly you are doing. Okay, and that targeted part and the profile, and do whatever thing you do it in a proper way. That is the important part. Just to wrap up.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very informative. We have another question from Priyanka Mandal. How do we utilize LinkedIn for D2C companies? As a founder, I'm posting on LinkedIn and people are engaging with it. 200 plus likes and comments. How do I utilize this for more conversions and corporate gifting and B2B sales? So please start.
You said D2C, I suppose.
D2C, yes.
Yeah. So I think LinkedIn is more for B2B. And it's mainly for, I would say, high volume complex sales or something. But if you are selling a high volume low cost or a product and where you need a large number of customers, then probably, I may be wrong also, but LinkedIn is not the platform, and 200 likes is not a big number. So basically a mass platform where people can actually get this viral thing done, like Facebook or Instagram, would be a better platform to sell products which are basically gifting products. I think she's into gifting products. So rather than a LinkedIn platform where you are reach, because LinkedIn's reach is, I would say, still far limited than the popular other digital media platforms like Facebook or Instagram. And here I would say that people who want to really get into B2B probably is the, I mean, it's not easy to get even B2B sales. I would say forget about D2C sales. So I think D2C sales, she should be very careful whom she is posting. If she is posting to get corporate customers, then it's fine, that yes, I am posting to get corporate customers where bulk sales are happening. But if she wants individual sales, I don't think LinkedIn is the platform. This is what my feeling.
Yes, great.
Can I also answer this?
Just a second, sir. Rajkiran sir has raised his hand.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah, so it's a good question. So since they are the startups, so there are chances of placing an efforts to get the business done. But it's not that LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, it cannot be achieved. Yes, it can be achieved. But whom you are contacting? For example, corporate gifting is relevant to who is decision. It's a HR or procurement or sourcing or the managing director or the EC members. So the target audience whom they are posting, if they have a contact, if they have a follow-up pages, so wherein between the 25 or 35 ages, so wherein they are the employees of various companies, the products who they are interested, it is well focused or well content or well engaged. All these, some GIF, all those corporate gifting, if they are made, it is, yeah, I like this product. It doesn't mean that I'm going to buy. But the only thing what they can do is they have to target the appropriate people of the corporates, so wherein they can have an offer on the promotions and give the customization as a corporate gifting. So try your brand or try your feedback, get the testimonials done, so that will give more leads. So that is one way of doing. It's simply placing a likes or comments. Yes, it is only, one. Suppose if I like that particular product, wherever I have a network, so for those people also can see, okay, Raj has made a comment or a like on this particular video. So those people also, if they are interested, they'll definitely see to it. Whether they'll further like or comment, because unless any product were tested, without testing or without seeing visually, nobody can able to give the feedback or a comment. Just it's only a thought process. So I feel if they are appropriate contact with the corporate people, so definitely it is going to capitalize. It doesn't mean 100% success, but yes, there is particular way of achievement is also possible.
Nilesh sir, please. Ma'am, please give me a minute.
Sure. So Priyanka, I think your company is B2C, I think direct to consumer, but somehow you have also mentioned that you want to also get in touch with the B2B for the corporate gifting. One very good startup I would like to mention here. You can just check their this is in similar space called Offi Needs, OFFI Needs. They are having a very good complete 360-degree digital strategy. OFFI Needs. Okay, if you want to get in touch with them, I can also help you. So what is their game? Basically, they are also targeting the way you are doing. They are targeting to the B2B HRs and the people who wants to. So who wants the corporate gifting decision makers. So we have to first understand what is their problem. Their problem is as of now, people are working from home. So let's take example of Infosys. They are onboarding, let's say 1,000 people in this month. They want corporate gift to send to their home along with the machine and everything, onboarding gifts and everything. So the problem with these people is they always want to know how I can engage more with my employees in a better way, so that I can enhance the experience, with the company and the employees. So that is in their mind continuously. So we have to, as a founder, you have to generate a content that which will help to them, to HRs, that how you can build a great relationship with your employees and how you can give a better engagement with your employees. And once you reach out to them and tell them, okay, hey, I have an amazing case study in XYZ company where we have improvised their employment engagement. I would like to have a short PDF or short video, okay, on this. So they will say yes. That becomes the warm lead. So you have to get such people on LinkedIn, and then maybe you have to get them on short Zoom call or something like that, and you have to start selling them. So LinkedIn work as a channel where you can reach out to the decision makers who wants to enhance the employee engagement, okay, and then get them off the LinkedIn, okay. LinkedIn will help you just to generate the lead. Get them off the LinkedIn, maybe have a short Zoom call or something, and then sell there. So I think this is what I can explain to Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Rinku ma'am, please go.
Yeah. So Priyanka, very popular question. All of us want to answer it. I just want to say here that, personally, I would not focus on how many likes and comments I'm getting. Even if I'm getting 2 likes, 10 likes, 3 comments, I will still go back and look at it. It is good enough for me. It could be a prospect, it could be a lead for me. So my recommendation is, out of the likes and comments that you get, see how many of them, like Rajan sir and Nilesh sir mentioned, that you have to see if they are the decision makers for your product, or if they can help you reach the decision maker. So again, any social media, it's your content, it's your marketing, but the sales process still remains the same. You have to contact the individual, the decision maker, do your follow-ups, do your product selling in one-on-one basis. Now what you can do is, we have already raised that point, that your company page can describe the products in an engaging way so that it makes an impact. Encourage people through your post. I think Nilesh brought it up, call to action, or Karthik brought it up. Ask for people, encourage people to go back to your company page or go back to your website. That is one way of getting them introduced to your product. But never shy away from acknowledging. I think keep acknowledging anybody who makes an effort to read your articles and posts and comments on it. I think we have to be grateful to the medium that we have. So let's acknowledge whoever comes there. It doesn't mean that if 200 people are liking, you go back and thank every like there. But what you can do is the exchange works very well. If people are liking your post, go back and see if they are making relevant posts. Go back and engage with them on their mediums. Build a relationship in the network, and try and slowly and subtly make your sale through that process. Important thing is, are you making a relationship there? And but the sales is the same thing. You have to go back, have the courage to call up people and see if they're the right decision makers, or help you reach out to the right people. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I guess we've answered all the questions here. We'll call it day for today. And thanks all the speakers, Rajan sir, Nilesh sir, Rinku ma'am. We had a really nice discussion over here. And thanking you for all the enlightening us with the knowledge on LinkedIn marketing, not just LinkedIn marketing, digital marketing as a whole. Well, thank you everyone for joining the event today. Hope you all had a wonderful time. At the end of the meeting, and we have such meetings coming up in the next few following days. We'll be surely inviting you all. Thank you so much.